Alright, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, double honors to the apostle elders at Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect of Israel. I want to share an article with the Akim today about the lack of jobs that were created last month in May. Bring out this article and get a few points in it just to show the decline of this kingdom. Another sign that this kingdom is going down and America is growing weak. And we're almost at the end of this devil's reign. But this is an article from the LA Times, and the title of it is U.S. Economy Creates an Anemic 38,000 Jobs and May Likely Stalling Fed Interest Rate Hike. And it was published on June 3rd, 2016. And I'm going to get a little bit of this article. This won't be a long video. I'm going to try to go ahead and get as much of this article as I need to and jump into a scripture or two. But the article says job growth ground nearly to a halt in May, with the U.S. labor market having its worst performance in more than 5 years, the Labor Department said Friday. So job growth is the worst that it's been in more than 5 years. The economy added just 38,000 net new jobs last month, a steep fall off from April's disappointing 123,000 and well below analysts' forecasts. So month before last, April was 123,000 jobs added, and that was disappointing. So imagine just 38,000 jobs in May. That's well below. If 123,000 was a disappointing number, 38,000 is, like they said in the title of the article, it was anemic. It was pitiful. And it's a trend. It's getting worse and worse. The huge decline in job creation makes it unlikely Federal Reserve policymakers will increase a key interest rate when they meet to assess the state of the economy later this month. Going into the payroll number, it was clear that unless the jobs report was horrible, the Fed was going to hike either June or July, said Steve Ricciuto, chief economist at Mizuho Securities. This now assures that June is off the table but may not rule out July. Yeah, they won't be able to hike in July either, man, because it's going to get worse. There's no going back. The Labor Department also said Friday that there were 59,000 fewer jobs created in March and April than previously estimated. That means the economy has averaged just 116,000 during the previous 3 months, compared to about 207,000 last year. Like I said, it's a trend, man. And last year, those weren't great numbers. But it's dropped off nearly 100,000 jobs within a year. It's a trend, man. It's not a blip. It's a trend. It's going down and down. The unemployment rate fell to 4.7% in May, the lowest since 2007. But that was largely because 458,000 workers dropped out of the labor force, the second straight large monthly decline. The percentage of working age Americans in the labor force dropped to 62.6%, near a 4-decade low. So it's the lowest it's been in 4 decades, man. No jobs. And you look at a place like Venezuela, man, and you wonder, damn, how did they get there? This is how they got there, man. The inflation and no jobs for the people, man. You could just see, America slowly dying. They dying out. And though it's tarrying, wait for it, it will not tarry. Because it seems like it's taking forever, man. But when it jump off, we'll know in spirit that it seemed like it was just a dream, man, when this place gets out of here. But you can see the signs of this place dying. They're on their last leg. One bright spot, right? One bright spot was that wages continued to show solid improvement. Average hourly earnings increased 5 cents in May to $25.59, although that was less than the 9-cent increase in the previous months. So even that's down. And the average hourly earnings might be increased, but the job's not increasing. For the 12 months ending May 31st, average hourly earnings increased 2.5%. Several key economic sectors reduced payrolls last month. Construction shed 15,000 net jobs, mining 11,000, and manufacturing 10,000. That's shedding jobs, man, because they running out of money, man. This place is going down. 34,000 fewer employees in the information industry in May, although that was largely attributed to a strike by Verizon workers. Economists had warned that last month's jobs figure would be artificially low because of the strike by about 35,000 Verizon workers in 11 states that began in April and did not end until last week. The Labor Department did not count the striking workers on employers' payrolls in May, although that would be partially offset by the hiring of some temporary workers to take their place. So yeah, you might have had those on strike, but you had workers to take their place. And why were they on strike? Because the working conditions fucked up, man. You're not giving people the money they need. People can't make it on what they're trying to offer. So on top of not having jobs, a lot of these people with jobs going on strikes because they can't make it with what Esau trying to dish up. Ian Shepherdson, chief economist at Pantheon Macroeconomics, said the job growth was startlingly weak, even after taking into account the effect of the Verizon strike. But he said he was inclined to see the slowdown in hiring in April and May as a delayed reaction to the financial market turmoil at the start of the year. And they still try to hold on to a little hope, man. But if America could be healed, they would have healed it. The good news is that it should not last, Shepherdson said, of the poor job growth. But yeah, it is gonna last. It's gonna last, man. And that's probably about it. I'm gonna get on this article, man. But the point is made. It's a decline in jobs. No work for people. It's gonna get to a state of civil unrest soon. If you look at this chart right here, man, the jobs for May, that 38,000. Look how small for the month of May the jobs that were created. You had 300,000 in October, like 250,000 in February. It's down the lowest it's been, man. It's down to 38,000 new jobs created for the month of May. So you can see the decline of this place, man. You look at these charts, you can tell it's showing you the decline of this kingdom. It's going up. And I just want to leave with a scripture. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. Now it said when the grinders cease because they are few. When the workers cease, man, because the jobs are few. Verse 4, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. When the working is low, the sound of the grinding, that means working. When the sound of the grinding is low, he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. So you're going to get up, crack of dawn, but it won't be no work for you, man. When the grinding is low in the streets, these are more signs letting us know that we almost out of here. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.